Hi, I'm Andrew Berman with the Mortgage News Network, and you're watching a video press release where we're featuring Caliber Home Loans and the Caliber Ultimate Home Buying Experience. We got Phil Shoemaker, who's the Executive Vice President for Wholesale Lending. Phil, thank you for taking the time out of your day to meet with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Andrew.
Listen, there's a lot of buzz about the Caliber Ultimate Home Buying Experience. Can you talk a little bit about the genesis of the Caliber Ultimate Home Buying Experience?
Absolutely. It's all started by, if you look around at all the wholesalers in the landscape of our competition, you'll see really two types of companies. You'll see companies that are very high tech. They have outstanding technology, but they typically come along with a low touch model that's more focused on refinance. And anytime one little thing goes wrong with a loan, things go off the rails, versus companies that are high touch and are maybe more purchase centric, yet they lack the means, either through financial means, or they have an off the shelf system for their technology, and so they're unable to control their own destiny when it comes to technology. And so recognizing this, Caliber is one of the few lenders in wholesale that are uniquely positioned to really be a leader in both spaces, and that our focus has been and will continue to be on purchase business and providing best-in-class service to our brokers and their customers through a distributed sales force and operations team. Yet we're positioned, unlike our competition, to enable that process with technology, because we own all of our own technology and we're in a position to enhance it where a lot of companies aren't. And so that's really what started it. But we're proud of what we built, and we're excited to see where it goes from here.
Wonderful. Phil, can you talk to us a little bit about how this technology that you guys now own, I mean, it's not something you're getting from various different vendors, but it's your technology, and how you're enabling the small to mid-sized mortgage brokers that you guys are working with in enabling to level the playing field in the mortgage market?
Absolutely. So I think, let's start by talking about really what's driving the change, because I think that's what's most exciting from my perspective. And I've been in the industry for now over 20 years, and with the maybe exception of the internet becoming mainstream in the 90s, there hasn't really been any material innovation in mortgage banking for those 20 years. And so unlike, I think, what we've seen in the past, where you have these larger tech-centric companies that have tried to change the way things are done, what's different about what's going on here is it's being driven by Fannie and Freddie, right? And that this whole industry is built around a securitization model. At the end of the day, if we can't make the loans we make, if we can't securitize them, that's ultimately what's going to drive adoption. And so, to a large extent, what Fannie and Freddie will allow us to securitize has driven the process and the rate of change from a technology standpoint for years. And so the fact that they're driving this, I think, is very unique in terms of what we've seen before. And I'm extremely optimistic that you're going to see a mass adoption over the coming years. And it's obviously going to make it. Caliber, I think, will be one of the companies that will be positioned to execute well. And at the end of the day, if it's out there for everyone, that's a good thing. But it always comes down to how well you execute. And so Caliber will be positioned well, I think, to take advantage of that technology and through our service execute better than our competition. But it is encouraging to see it become more mainstream with all of mortgage banking.
Yeah. So listen, with the Caliber Ultimate Home Buying Experience, we're now talking about getting down to app to close 10 days, which really, I mean, if you were able to deliver less than 30 days, you guys would look like heroes. But now we're going down to 10 days. That's amazing. Can you talk a little bit about the specifics about how that is possible, and what percentage of loans will potentially fall into this bucket that will qualify for a 10-day app to close?
Right. Well, first, we like to set the bar high, and 10 days sounds pretty good.
Great.
Well, and really where that comes from is you got to start with a goal. And the reality is, if you look at all the regulatory requirements now, it's about as fast as you can get. And today we'll see loans close as fast as 10 days, but it often requires a lot of effort. And at the end of the process, there's a thick stack of documentation, that took forever to build. And so I think, to answer your question, I don't really know. We spent a decent amount of time talking about what to expect from an adoption standpoint with this new process. And it's hard to say because the technology is so new. And then you also have the factor where not everyone in the United States is going to feel comfortable providing their financial information electronically. But one thing's for certain in that the next wave of home buying will come from the millennials, and they expect a high degree of technology in terms of how they interact with companies. And so I would expect that we will see low adoption to start, but that will accelerate fairly quickly. And we intend to be a leader in this part of the industry and to help push that adoption.
Fantastic. So listen, this is a huge leap from a technology standpoint for the mortgage business. Can you tell us what's next? I mean, you guys are really making some big waves with this. I know you guys are very broker centric, but what other cool things are you guys doing for your brokers to help them have that differentiator in the marketplace?
So this is really just beginning, right? The innovation of the overall process for originating a mortgage loan. We're really at the cusp of it. And now that the technology is available and it's been endorsed by Fannie and Freddie, the next step for us will be to take that technology and continue to streamline it and improve it for our brokers. So as an example, our main initiative right now from a technology standpoint in wholesale is to completely revamp our upfront application and disclosure process by the end of Q1 in 2017, such that it will become very, very streamlined and easy for our brokers and our brokers' borrowers to take an application as well as collect the pile of disclosures electronically, whereas today that process is somewhat manual. And so I would say that this is really going to unfold over the next year, and what you can expect from Caliber is a pretty rapid pace of change, and the overall focus will be continuing to provide best-in-class service through our distributed sales force and operations team, but also leveraging technology to make that process as simple and streamlined and easy for our customers.
Wonderful. Listen, it sounds like if you're not signed up with Caliber today, this is a great time to get signed up right away.
I agree.
Wonderful. Well, Phil, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Andrew. I appreciate it.
Now, I'm Andrew Berman with the Mortgage News Network. Thank you for watching.
This is Mortgage News Network.